Good afternoon all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, December 1st. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the S&NQ. These bulls are relentless. Another up week, that's 5 in a row for the S&P. Weekly still very healthy. Is the weekly stretched out? Possibly, right? But so far they haven't shown any signs of slowing down. We'll show you, and we'll talk about it when we look at the charts later. As far as NQ, they came back into balance on the weekly because they took out last week's low and high. People are going to talk about, the market can't, it's stretched out, this, that. Let's keep something really firmly in mind. The daily just went back to up in the ES. It's balance on the NQ still, which, by the way, they had an inside day by 2 ticks, so that'll make an interesting Monday. And our monthly in ES, we're trying to come out of balance to go up. So people have to be a little wary if they keep trying to pick tops. Good day today, so ended the week on a good note. The sad thing is I had a really good week, saw the market really well. But that one big loss the other day, it hurt, but did okay. And again, it's not just only about the P&L, but I don't like that, to have a really good win rate for the week and not see any real results out of it, but still end up being an okay week. This morning, I decided to, first before we get to the trades, let's talk about how we ended up. Righty, another tremendous day. Remember that day about 2 weeks ago? They had that tremendous move. They're up 3% today. And they finally blew through the 200-day moving average, which they've had a lot of trouble getting through. Now, again, one day doesn't make a market. However, it's very impressive. They go out with a triple distribution day and a price probe, and they just made a new high for the month in their maintenance period. Okay? So, banner day for NQ. For Righty. NQ goes out with a 9-wide point of control and an afternoon pullback. They could never hold trend today, NQ. They had trouble holding trend, NQ. Righty didn't have any trouble. We go out with a double distribution day. We did hold it and a 9-wide POC. But the opportunities in the afternoon were nil. Nothing. I didn't make a trade after H period in either one of these things. Just didn't make a trade. There was nothing there for me. I was looking, the main reason I didn't take a long with I period is we were waiting again on Powell at 2 o'clock, and it didn't pull back enough for me from POC, so it just didn't present an opportunity. But I had a good day overall. I managed a very nice short in ES in A period. Now, we discussed this in the room. We took back the base of the price spike, right, today, and we kept getting below it 4 time frames. But that's not acceptance. We never even 1 time frame down. The one curveball they threw me was the overnight low. So when we got the overnight low, I actually shorted this. Well, first I took a short to get the overnight low. So that was a good one. That was a good short. Then late in the time frame, I shorted again against A's high, thinking we got the overnight low. Let's see if we hold. We had the base of the price spike. We had the opening. We had the 144 simple moving average. I'm like, maybe we go and take out A's low. So I started short at 67 and a quarter. Well, obviously that wasn't right? We started going higher. We started going higher in A, and in B period exploded. But I was managing a short the whole way because we had ebb and flow in A period before B period popped, and then I got B period pretty good against basically the overnight high at that point because we didn't get it. And then it came in. I ended up making net 10 points. And that's with being short at 67 and a quarter. And we went up to 82 and a quarter. So my original 2-lot short went 15 points against me. And I still made 10 points on the time frame. So I'm proud of that, the way I managed it. Then after that, in B period, after that trade, I took a short in NQ because I thought we would go get A's low. We did, and I did it for, I innovated it, and we got it and got out. So that was a nice one. C period, I was short in NQ again. I thought we would get the 144, which we did. And then in D period, when the market flushed real hard after Powell's prepared text came out, I took a long, I almost nailed the low in NQ. Now, I'm not saying it was a smart trade because at that point, NQ had unchanged value. They had taken out both the overnight low and the IB low. But the way it ripped down, I was like, I'm basically going to use yesterday's low as my out. I bought it, I think the low, again, I'm in bigger increments. I missed the low by about 2 points. Now, I didn't hold it for the whole move up, but I had a very nice trade on the long side there. And then after that, I just looked for longs. I longed ES in G period against the single prints we had below and stuff, and we actually had single prints in G. Only small on that. These grinds really are painful for me. And then in H period, I took a short in NQ to go fill the single prints and also to stop the one-time framing up, which we eventually did in I, but I had a nice short in NQ, a little ebb and flow short. We shortened it between 25 and 30, and each time it came down to around 15 or whatever, I was taking them off and putting them back out again. And then we did finally flush, but it didn't get to the point where I really wanted to take a long, and Powell was going to be talking again with his round table, so I stayed out of it. And that was that. But overall, a good day and a decent week, despite that one horrific trade earlier. Which, by the way, I'm still not unhappy I took it. As far as destinations go in SPY, another huge thing I forgot to mention. SPY made a new high this year. SPY's new high is today's high, 459.65. ES did not even get close to theirs yet. ES's yearly high is 33.50, and they still have the overnight high at 34.50. So SPY took out both the yearly high and the overnight yearly high. So 459.65 is SPY's destination to first destination to the upside. For the downside, we have 9 wide at 458.69. Our trend day 458.14 to 457.55, and then today's low 455.16. In ES, upside is 07.75, and then we still have 09.25, which is a monthly high, and 19.25 weekly high. For the downside, 98, 9 wide today, and then our single prints are 92.25 to 86.75, and today's low of 62.50. Now, what's going to possibly happen, right? I don't roll over to a week from Monday. So it's trading already at like a 50-point premium. So even if ES does not get the monthly high next week up at 33.50, I mean, we still might get it, but if we don't, I don't back adjust. So those numbers would come off my page anyway, just like I don't put SPY's dividend back in. I'm certainly not going to, I just don't back adjust. So anyway, SPY has made a new yearly high today, and Q has a new yearly high, not today, but recently. Now, let's go to the charts. First, we'll talk about Righty. So Righty's monthly. Now, some people will call this up. I don't have a problem with that. But since I've been saying Righty has been in a balance for 19 months, I'm from Missouri. I'm from the Show Me State. For Righty to be up for me, we got to take out August of 2022's high. Okay? So to me, Righty's still balanced. However, that doesn't mean you would have had a great start to a swing trade, because we only took out this triple bottom by 50 cents, and since then we've gone from 162 to 185, $24. That's a huge move. That's 15%. So regardless of whether you're calling it up or balanced, that's an incredible move. So the monthly to me is still balanced IWM. Weekly is up. Came out of an inside week to the upside, one time framing up 3 weeks. And the daily also up. Literally it finally blew through the 200-day moving average, and this balance. Now their volume today, I'm going to see something, is 61 million shares, IWM. Why is this important? Look at their average volume, folks. IWM averages 30.5 million a day. They more than doubled it. Is longer time frame money coming into the picture? Something we have to be aware of, quite possibly. Certainly not, don't ignore that. So again, for people who say this market can't go higher, they did more than double their average volume. Remember this day with the huge gap when they had 5 sets of single prints? Look what they did that day. 77 million. So there's some participation going on here in IWM on these huge up days from November 14th and again today. Now, so the monthly for me is balanced, weekly and daily are up. Triple Qs and NASDAQ. I want to see us take out last month's high to officially call the monthly up. Even though we took out July's high by a decent amount, right? We took it out by $6. But it is a $390 stock, and the balance was from $388 down to $342. So that was a $46 balance. So we did take out the balance high by 10%. But look, if the market is really strong, should we have that much trouble taking out November's high? And the answer is no. It's a monthly. So for now, I'm going to call it balance until we see if we take out that monthly high. The weekly is balanced. We took out last week's low. Barely, but we did. Okay? So the weekly is balanced. It's a 2-week balance. Right? Bull, balance. Now we'll see if we go out of balance back to bull. So we'll see how that plays out. And the daily is also balanced. So do you notice the NQ, even though they're the strongest indice for the year, up 36, 37%, their 3 time frames as of right now are balanced? What does that mean? To me, it means it's letting the rest of the market catch up, right? ES, is trying to catch up. NQ has a long way to go to catch up. So a lot of times when ES and Righty are going, and they're up in their indices, NQ might be pausing for a little breather before they continue higher. This is a big balance here now on the daily. Okay, whatever you want to call it. You can use Wednesday's high as the high of it. You can use yesterday's low as the low of it. Or you can actually go as low as here. I think I would go here. So I would say the 14th low of 388.18, we'll round it out, 388, and Wednesday's high of 394, we have an 11-day balance for 13 trading days. Well, how are we going to come out of it? We just said the monthly is still balanced, the weekly's balanced, the daily's balanced. Well, we'll find out. We'll see if this inside day provides some information. Remember, if we take out the inside day, it's still not taking out the balance high. We have to take out Wednesday's high. If we come out of the inside day to the downside, some people might call it down. I'm going to use this day's low, so we're still balanced unless we take out the 383 level. So balance on all 3 time frames on the NQ and triple Qs. Okay? And then let's go to us. By the way, I'm still going to run this. I've only had one person take advantage of this annual, for $225 for the year. I'm running that through the end of this month, payable through Venmo or PayPal. If you want information, you can email me, paul@camelbacktrading.org, and I'm giving 10% to St. Jude's. So you get into a trading room, which I think offers a lot for a very, very affordable price for the year, and you're helping out a good cause. So please think about it. And one other thing, please, if you like what I do here, hit the like button on these videos every day. I'd appreciate it. Okay, SPY is one time framing up for 2 months, but I'm not calling it up yet. Why? Because we just barely took out the previous high. ES hasn't even taken it out. So to me, I want to get a little more extension here and then I would call the monthly up. Okay? We do that, the monthly will firmly go up at some point this month. So I'm going to still call it balance for now, since we just basically stretched the balance high by 11 cents. 21 cents. 21 cents. That's not a lot. The weekly, firmly up. 5 weeks, one time framing up. Okay? Firmly up on the weekly. Taking these lines off. These lines are useless right now to me. So, very healthy. Again, if we take out this week's low, is it a disaster? Of course not. You know, I think at some point the weekly, you can say the weekly is stretched out, right? That's a hell of a move it's had. You can't say that about the monthly because we're just in balance. Even though November was an awesome candle, we're still in balance. And here's the daily. Remember what we've been talking about on the daily? The way it's been pausing and then going higher? So look at this. From this whole move, we've gone up. We shot up big time, balance. Shot up big time, balance. Went up again. Balance, up again, balance, and now up again. So the daily has had some pauses, okay? So we'll see if that continues. The volume today is going to be above average, but for a new high in the year, again, this is what I talk about. You'd love to see 125, 130, 150 million on the tape. But again, beggars can't be choosy. We'll take what we get. It's a little bit better than average. The one that I'm very impressed with, and I didn't realize it until I was just looking at these charts with you guys, was Ridey's volume today, IWM's volume. Very, very impressive. Anyway, hope you had a great week trading. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.